Welcome to my little pocket of the internet. I'm really happy that you have found me and that you're coming along with this little journey with me. Over the next 7 days, we're going to sort of dive deep into the water meridian. Well, the water element, it's not actually a meridian. So we're looking at the kidney and the bladder meridians, and we're going to really have a look at the emotions and what lies within those emotions. And when we dig down deep enough and we get to the core emotions and we release them, then so much joy comes in the body. There's so much release. We hold all our emotional content within our water element. So just to, unblock the drain or unblock the winter dam that we've had and just release that, let that all go, will shift so much in your mindset and your headspace coming into spring, coming into the wood element, welcoming in the wood. It's pretty actually exciting. So I'm really glad that you're coming along the journey with me. Make sure that if you do have any questions or anything pops up, that you're connecting with me via the normal means, either Instagram or on my phone through text message. If you're someone that I see within the clinic, always happy to have those little conversations. It is just online. So I have put all the YouTube clips up. We've got 7 days worth of little YouTube clips coming at you. Only the people online in the course have access to that. It comes in through the course builder on my webpage. If you have someone else that wants to come along into the journey, then just let them know what it's all about. Happy for you to get them to share their email with me, and I'll just put them on as well. The course is completely free. It is all about building a little bit of community and maybe introducing a few people to kinesiology if you haven't sort of tapped into the goodness that is kinesiology. Just a little bit about like your water element, just so that we have a little bit of an understanding before we even start. I've already mentioned that our water holds all our emotions, but our kidney and our bladder meridian, our kidney is our yin meridian. So it's always functioning. We're always filtering. We're always processing. It's the dense organ. It needs to be nourished. We need to nourish it to allow it to do its job. The bladder is the yang. It has a purpose. It comes in, it switches on, it comes off. Just sitting above the kidneys is your adrenal glands. So as much as your adrenal glands, we have that connection within our fire element and our triple warmer, our adrenal in the Chinese element theory. They're very close. So our bladder and our kidney actually will control what's happening in our adrenals. So when we dig deep within our water element, we're really allowing our body to release control of what our adrenals are. So to dive a little bit deeper into that, that's our allowing our, flight and fight to calm down, and our rest and restore to sort of step up, allowing a little bit more of the balance within the hormones, because we don't need to be in that state of control so much. We're essentially stopping the dam of life and allowing the water to flow freely, if that's a little bit of a metaphor. So there's a lot of understanding about it, and sometimes the kinesiology and traditional Chinese medicine that we pull out of to use in kinesiology, we talk a lot in metaphors. So metaphors will often give us a little bit of a different understanding because it lands differently within our own body, given our own experiences and situations and all the rest, right? So there are a lot of metaphors. I have included all this in a little bit of a Word document so that you can come back and refer to that. I've also included within it a little bit of journaling. So journaling can look different for everyone. It could be saying it out loud. If you're feeling like your emotions are not heard, then sometimes just even you hearing your own emotions and speaking your truth is really liberating. You could do a little video log and record yourself on a video so that you're making yourself accountable. Or what actually is best when it comes to releasing emotions in the body is white paper and a black pen. And you're looking at the muscle memory and the kinetic response So you're physically held onto this emotion, and then you're a physical release. You might talk about it while you're doing it. It is completely up to you. The journaling aspect is not a compulsory part. Do the tapping, do the little videos. If for 7 days, if you watch the video, you might save it. You might, I don't know whether you can download it, but you might save it and access it a few times. You might do it once along with me and maybe a second time to understand it. And then you might try to do it all by yourself and then allow a little bit of that free flow. Sometimes we'll say something different, but it might be more relevant to where we are at when we actually have a go all by ourselves. And then allowing that time to pass and then coming to the next one and shifting that next emotion. There's lots of tapping. There will be a little bit of, in the videos, a little bit of meridian tracing. You don't need any special skills with that. You just pretend, you just visualize, you just think about, you have the intentions that you're drawing that line on your body, and you'll still have that sort of that release. And then as always, there's the little trigger points and the emotional release within your body. I'll always connect those to different muscles so that you understand then how the deeper meaning of that emotion and how it is actually stored in your body. But really, like, that's it. You might choose to wear blue, as I'm choosing to wear blue, but it's all about the core essence of this whole course is, how does our physical body change when we release that and focus on releasing that emotional aspect? It's, the little triangle, what's happening physically, what's happening biochemically, and what's happening emotionally. And in kinesiology, as much as we focus on all three of them to create the change, this one in the water element, we're really focusing on what happens physically and biochemically in our body when we shift our emotions. And it's really quite beautiful. And this is completely different to like last season's approach, where it was all about how do I support myself biochemically to allow myself the space to shift emotionally, where the water is, now that like we've done that groundwork, how now do I have free access to those emotions and how can I get them to be released? So, and then we, like when we move up into our wood element and our spring, we're really looking at how do we then biochemically come back to biochemically, how do we biochemically support ourselves to start nourishing the next growth, that next season. So the water element is both the end of the cycle and the start. So we talk about, the death coming back to the water and the importance culturally of water within a lot of the importance of water culturally, as that death. You even have your Viking death where you sail out to sea and you're burning on top of the water. But then we also have the rebirth, the baptism, the water birth, and where like is the foundation of that beginning. So it's really, this is that point of change coming. We've had the winter solstice. Winter solstice is more at the start of winter, but we're starting to then come out of the thaw, come out of the winter, come out of the blueness and start to come into the growth. So if we've stuck around for that much and we're keen to have a little bit of a tap and a little bit of a journey with me, there'll be less talking. I promise more tapping in the videos to come. And I really look forward to it. Make sure that you like and